Well, good afternoon or good evening, or if you are overseas, it's probably Saturday morning for you. I am Bruce, Mr. Simpler, Faster, Better, aka the guy in the blue shirt, and the subject of this live is actually inspired to grow. And actually, my guest, Adassa, I think is delayed, so I wanted to get going because I believe on making my commitments and starting on time. So that's kind of few little ground rules I have, and hopefully Adassa will be along with us shortly. Anyway, inspired to grow, that was actually the subject that came about through Adassa and I commenting on previous lives, and I was kind of asking her, well, what are some of the things that are you challenged with over there in the United Kingdom? And it's late evening for those of you that don't know. So yeah, so she was saying that one of her challenges was being inspired to grow and to grow into her new roles. So I think that's a challenge that we all have, being inspired to keep growing. We've had a difficult few 18 months thrown at us, most of us, no matter where we are on the planet. So inspiring to grow for me, just to chit chat. And if you're seeing this live, you can hop on and make comments, and I will do my best to read along or answer any questions that you have. But I find that the growth comes from sometimes just a simple little thing that somebody said. And for me, back in the late summer of 2019, I happened to go to a LinkedIn local, which was in Los Angeles, and I had the absolute good luck and fortune to run into Mr. Brian Schulman. And for those of you that don't know Brian Schulman, he was a early beta tester for This Is LinkedIn Video, as he would say. And he was running at that LinkedIn local that was hosted and guest presented by Diana Nguyen, all the way from Australia at the time. So Brian was actually live streaming, and he was going around and he was saying hello to everybody that came in, and just saying to them, hey, this is LinkedIn Video. What do you have to say? And when Brian said that to me, I didn't know what to say. So, it starts with, if you don't know what to say, or if you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go. And that's the first start of the growth. So for me, I was inspired by Brian and Diana Nguyen and some of the wonderful leaders I met through that LinkedIn local, Patrick Ward, Gracie Ruth, Andrew Helms, and several other people that I will always be grateful for in terms of helping me to grow and step out of my comfort zone. So I had never done live video before. I had never done pre-recorded video before. I didn't like to be pictured on camera. That was a thing that I had a hang up about. So for me, being inspired to grow started from that very chance meeting with Brian Schulman. So thank you, Brian. And I also know, and for those of you that follow Brian, it's been his birthday this week. Unfortunately, I had other commitments, so I couldn't hop on to his live stream. And I know Nancy Burrows and Tim Soho have been super helpful in getting Brian's show produced every week. So good job, Brian. Keep that going. I am inspired to grow into the type of show and the type of following that you always have. So again, I appreciate it. And then fast forward a few months after going to some more LinkedIn locals, I was further inspired. I met a lady called Gracie Ruth Melendez. And actually, for those of you that do know, the tagline or the hashtag, the guy in the blue shirt, actually came from Gracie Ruth, because we were at a meeting and a question came up, and I don't think she could remember my name properly. So she said, oh, just go ask that guy in the blue shirt. He'll tell you. And I overheard that, and I thought, you know what, isn't that a fun way to be recognized, number one? And number two, I wonder if I add it to my LinkedIn tagline, if it will strike a chord with anybody. So that's what I decided to do. And since then, most people that haven't met me in person, they will say, oh, you're the guy in the blue shirt, or, oh, it's just that guy in the blue shirt. But either way, growing into that persona was something that has been interesting and challenging for me, both. So again, that's another opportunity for the inspiration to grow that I have had. And then through that meeting with 𝑰𝒏𝒔𝒑𝒊𝒓𝒅, we actually set up a LinkedIn local in Pasadena, which we were able to successfully host before our friend Mr. COVID came along. And we did that in February of 2020. And then also 𝑰𝒏𝒔𝒑𝒊𝒓𝒅 and Patrick Ward and Renee Farias and several other people that I got pretty good relationships going with then. They actually helped me host my own LinkedIn local Santa Clarita. And that was literally 1 week before everything started to get shut down. And we were advised to do all sorts of things, socially distance, not meet in groups, wear masks, and eventually get vaccinated. And so part of my growth is I've been vaccinated. So I feel good about that. And I feel good that I'm not at risk at spreading COVID-19 to anyone else. So lots of opportunities for inspiration to grow along the way. And if you are saying this as a recording, you can put in there #replay and ask me a question. It will go out on both LinkedIn and to YouTube. So what have been your moments? What have been your inspiration to grow? I wonder. Just ponder that, because I've had a lot of opportunity to think about that subject. And then the other people I would like to shout out that have inspired me to continue to grow is that early on in my new approach with LinkedIn and using the LinkedIn tools, I actually had a wonderful gentleman called David Schoons that actually helped me learn how to do some of this very quickly. It would have taken me an awfully long time if I was on my own doing this. And then one of the very first people outside of the LinkedIn local group, people that I met in person, was a wonderful lady called Connie Medina. And Connie and I sat down late afternoon at Pete's coffee house near where she lived. And, you know, we just seemed to see things in a similar manner. And ever since then, Connie and I have met several times, and we've worked together on several collaborative projects. And she has just continued to help me to be inspired to grow. And I know from understanding her own journey, she had to be inspired to grow herself. So it's been a really interesting journey. And so Connie is a special shout out. And more recently, again, through 𝑰𝒏𝒔𝒑𝒊𝒓𝒅, I mentioned Gracie a lot because she's been a common source for some wonderful new connections that have inspired me in many, many different ways. And through Gracie, I met Adassa, and Adassa has since teamed up with me on several existing projects and some more to come in the future, we hope. And then through LinkedIn Local, again, I met Renee Farias, and Renee, Adassa, Gracie, and I have just recently done a visual branding upgrade to my company, Carnahan Process Solutions. And we will be showing some of that next week under �processcleanup.com. So another little inspiration about how do you take all the things that you feel inside and all the things that you love to do to serve people and bring that to life in terms of some visual pictures. So that was pretty exciting. We had a wonderful day in downtown LA and even got to do some pictures in the street, because for those of you that know me, you know that I am a IndyCar racing fan through and through, and I love to use the inspiration from IndyCar drivers. They're super fit, they're super smart, they're open to doing new things, and they're open to improving their processes. So I get a lot of inspiration from IndyCar drivers and all of the teams that support IndyCar drivers. So again, some of those good feelings we captured. Renee captured me in the street with my Alexander Rossi IndyCar shirt on, because it's the same color blue as this shirt. So all fun stuff. Anyway, I don't think Adassa is going to join me, so that's a shame. It would have been great to get some insight from her all the way from the United Kingdom. And fast forward even further to my journey on LinkedIn in the last 18 months. On the branding and marketing side of life, I was fortunate enough to meet 𝑰𝒏𝒔𝒑𝒊𝒓𝒅, and 𝗙𝗎 and I have had several calls, text messages, Zoom calls, and lots of meetings about what it really takes to create a persona and to become memorable, which are part of the elements of personal branding. And that's, I'm still on that journey. I'm inspired by everything I see 𝗙𝗎𝒊𝒂𝒚 doing, and I also have another 𝗙𝗎𝒏𝒔𝒑𝒊𝒓𝒅, that inspires me with her speaking engagement. So I would love to be able to do some of the things that 𝗙𝗎𝒏𝒔𝒑𝒊𝒓𝒅 does. And then on the technology side of you know, growing and learning, for sure, I have actually Brad Stevens to thank immensely for that. Brad is a super guy in terms of the people helping people business, and he's a wonderful strategist and just a superb sounding board for any issues or problems or challenges that I might have. I can always pick up the phone and or email Brad, and we can chit chat. And then Lee Thurburn is the other person that I'm inspired by in terms of his use of technology. So Lee has a small to medium-sized business social media marketing platform, and he helps small to medium-sized businesses gain customers faster, gain community and ongoing communications with those customers, and provides a wonderful tool to provide value to those small to medium-sized customers. So that's kind of inspiring to see all the things that he's done with the Apricot Rocket program. There are many more things to come. And in fact, I've seen kind of behind the scenes some of the things he's working on. So that's going to be exciting to see those roll out and to see how we might all use some of the simple technology, but in an integrated way, and use it to do what I love to do, which is ultimately make things simpler, faster, better. And what that means is I can work in any organization, in anywhere on the planet. And what I do is I help people to understand what waste is, and what waste is often taken for granted. And what people don't realize is there's a lot of process steps, time and money that is wasted on their existing processes that they can either eliminate or dramatically reduce. And when you eliminate and or dramatically reduce those wasted process steps, time and money, it frees up resources to work on things that you really do want to work on. And that might be working on new customer acquisition. It might be on people development inside of your organization. It might be on streamlining your own customer and supplier base. It might be the formulation and introduction of new products and services. So once you get rid of that waste, particularly when you get time back into your schedule, you can actually do a lot of very inspiring things with time. You can use that time to do what you want to do best and what you're passionate about. So I'm passionate about process cleanups and process improvement, and my method is simpler, faster, better. So if you want to learn more about that, then you can message me here. I'm easy to find on LinkedIn, either as under my hashtag simpler, faster, better, or of course the guy in the blue shirt. When I post personal stuff, I do that under the guy in the blue shirt. So hopefully this conversation's been interesting to you. And again, I hope Adassa's well and healthy. It was super late at night for her. So I'm going to kind of call it quits right now. Again, if you're seeing this as a replay and you have questions or you would like to learn more from me, then please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm easy to find, direct messaging. You can also schedule an informal, confidential coffee or chit chat over tea conversation with me through my webpage, and that is processcleanup.com. So have a wonderful, safe evening. If you are already into your weekend on a Saturday morning, have a safe time, whatever you're doing. And I will check back in with you on my next live stream next Tuesday with the wonderful 𝑰🏡🔏🔏. Take care, everybody.